Rush to the left as Dems gear up for 2020. Many pushing socialist plans like Medicare for all and a Green New Deal. But what would America look like if the left gets its way? Our next guest grew up in post-Mao communist China in the mid-1980s and is sounding the alarm. In a new op-ed, she writes, "Hey, Democrats, I've lived in a socialist country with income equality, and it was miserable." Here to explain is Ying Ma, author of Chinese Girl in the Ghetto. Ying, I am so excited to have you here because so many folks on the left right now talking about socialism, making it trendy. Can you give us some insight into what it was actually like to grow up in communist China?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning. Well, there's this strange romanticization of socialism, and for all those people talking about equality, I think what they should understand is that there really was unending economic equality when I lived in post-Mao China, and that means that everybody was equal in having no running hot water, and we were all equal in having no dryer, no washer, no colored television, and you can think of all kinds of other amenities that we were equal in not having, but most importantly, we were equal in having no economic opportunities. And that's because when the state runs your lives and when the state runs the economy, most people are equal in having scarcity and hopelessness. And that's the future we can look forward to if socialism actually takes over.
You know, the problem is, though, that these government guarantees, guarantee of a job, guarantee of economic opportunity provided by the government and not provided by the free market, it all sounds really good. You'll have health care, you'll have everything. It's a great slogan. So what do you say to people out there who might listen to those slogans and be drawn to them and say, oh, yeah, you know, Democrats who want to do all this through the government, they're looking out for me?
Well, I think all they need to do is just look back at history, and it's not even ancient history, it's pretty recent history, because, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that communist China was actually very much communist, and it wasn't that long ago that we defeated the former Soviet Union. And what I would say to all of those folks is that look at a time when China was not the second largest economy in the world. I mean, even communist China did not want the kind of economic equality that it used to have, and that's why it adopted big chunks of market capitalism. So I think what people need to do is stop deluding themselves and actually read a little bit about history.
Socialism has become mainstream. And just quickly, what is your reaction to President Trump taking this head on and in his State of the Union saying America will never be a socialist country, and actually having to face people in Congress now who are unabashedly socialist and advocating for those policies?
Well, I think it's fantastic that the president is doing what he's doing and saying what he is saying. I was the deputy director of a pro-Trump super PAC during the 2016 election, so I supported this president in the last few years, and I think it's fantastic that he is actually calling out those folks who, in fact, have a very odd idea of what a socialist future might bring to this country, and I hope that the president will continue doing what he does, which is to fight against that sort of socialist utopia.
Well, Ying, I want to thank you so much for being here. I cannot wait to check out your book, Chinese Girl in the Ghetto. It looks fantastic. Everyone should take a look, especially right now.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.